Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to Bloodborne on the PS4. And you're back with me, Mike, otherwise known as the Gadget Addict, for a post-commentary boss fight against the Moon Presence. This is the final boss in Bloodborne here. Now, this is continuing immediately, literally immediately on from fighting Father Gascoigne. I'd imbibed the Third Umbilical Cords, and that's how we end up with this fight. Now, if you kill Gehrman and you haven't taken the umbilical cord, the Moon Presence will still come down, but instead of fighting you, he will clutch you to his chest, clutch you to his head as he did there, but instead of being blown back, he will accept you as his new progeny, which is what Gehrman was to him, which is why he came down. But don't worry about the backstory in that one. Believe me, I'm going to do a video explaining all the backstory. But here, as you can see, he's a ferocious enemy. He killed my cooperator fairly quickly and killed me almost just as quickly. So it took about 5 attempts here, and we ended up having to do it in co-op. Couldn't do it solo. And as you can see, unlike most other bosses, he comes straight for you. He's not waiting around at all. He's weak against bolt, as most of the enemies are in this game, so again, charged up Tonadras is exactly what you need to get through this fight. Now, I made the mistake in this instance of using lock-on to keep track of him. To be honest, you don't want to do that because he thrashes around and moves around so quickly. You're going to end up with some camera fails if you lock onto him, and you'll see that throughout the fight. Trust me, the sections where I wasn't locked onto him, I was finding it so much easier. As a boss, he's not the hardest one you'll have fought. He's kind of a bit on par with Amygdala. Same kind of speed. The difference between him and Amygdala is he has that tail. Now, it's important to see, he did that area of effect thing there. If you're caught in that, it acts like a numbing mist. Basically, you won't be able to heal, and you'll see how that looks later in the video, because he actually manages to do that to us. I healed just as he did it, so I managed to use a blood vial. But he will catch us with it later on, and I won't be able to heal up, which is very frustrating. He also has one attack, which reduces your HP to 1, which basically means it's brown trousers time. Alright, no, that one is the numbing mist, so you'll see I come out here, I try to heal, and he won't. That area of effect attack, that'll knock you down to 1 HP. So you need to be very careful. I don't know why, when I had such low health, I was going anywhere near him. Because actually at this point I hadn't worked out really that that's what had happened to us. Try and get as far away from him as possible. Obviously, having a cooperator makes that a lot easier. This attack here, you can see he kind of spits at the ground. He'll do it again in a second, trust me. There you go, it eventually wears off, so you can heal up. But he'll spit at the ground, and it'll blow up in your face. That will hurt you. Well, after he does the area of effect attack, if he hasn't caught you, it's a great time to get in and get some damage, because he is vulnerable. He'll actually sit still for a minute. There, he's caught us with the numbing mist thing again. And I think he's about to do the area of effect attack, which will leave me with 1 HP. If you're doing it in co-op, his tail is a fairly safe place to hit. There you go. So I've got 1 HP. I can't heal because he caught me with the numbing mist effect. So at this point, I decided to leave my cooperator to deal with it slightly, because there's no chance of me actually doing anything with 1 HP. I mean, that's just a cruel thing to do. But as soon as I could heal up, 3 blood vials later, I'll come straight back in, and basically we just ended up ganking the Moon Presence here, and that's him done. So as an ending boss, he's not the hardest one in the game. Gehrman is significantly harder, but he's a nice challenge. Like I say, especially when you're fighting him solo, he is a good challenge. But we're about to hit the ending cutscene.
Are you cold? Oh, good hunter.
And there we go, childhood's beginning. That is the end of the game. Now that cutscene, it'll probably need a bit of explaining. I'll do a quick explanation, but obviously I'm going to do a proper story video at some point, but basically the ending of the game is, well, throughout the game, the old ones are referred to, no, sorry, not the old ones, the great ones are referred to as gods or godlike. And it's also referred to throughout that they're unable to reproduce. Whenever they try and reproduce, something goes wrong. Now, through man's attempts to ascend to become the Great Ones, you end up with things like Rom, the vacuum spider, who was once human, and she became almost a Great One. She got the knowledge of the Great Ones put into her head, just destroyed her mind. That's where you get the frenzy from. Now, the only two true Great Ones that you encounter in the game are Murgo's Wetness and the Moon Presence. And when you read the item descriptions for the umbilical cords, they state that Great Ones will lose their child and then they will look for a surrogate. And that's not a surrogate to carry a child, that is a surrogate child. So they will look for another creature that will be their child that can also ascend to become a Great One. So Gehrman was the Moon Presence's surrogate. So when we killed him, the Moon Presence came down. Now, like I say, if you hadn't taken the umbilical cords, the Moon Presence would have taken you as its child. And then that would have been the end of the game. You would have been a servant of the Moon Presence. You would have been a servant of a Great One. Because you took the umbilical cords, you can reject that. You end up fighting the Moon Presence, and then once you kill it, the resulting explosion winds up with you being that little squid fetusy thing. You have become a baby Great One. So you have ascended from a human form, from a hunter, to become a Great One. It's complicated, I know. It's very Lovecraftian. You have to read up on your Lovecraft for this. But I will write the script and explain this properly in the future. But anyway, that is the end of Bloodborne. I loved this game from start to finish. I have adored it. I mean, there are still things to do. There are still quest lines to finish, because I didn't finish Eileen's quest, because I couldn't beat that last bloody hunter. There is also the Chalice dungeons, which I haven't even ventured into yet. They don't scale with the new game, so I can go into them at any point. That'll probably be the next time I do a Bloodborne video. And then there's a couple of other special things I want to do. I want to do the story video, I want to do the endings videos, and I'm tempted to do a top 10 deaths. I'm just tempted to, because I've died that many times in the game. But I sincerely hope you've enjoyed the series. I've really enjoyed making it. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. So please do leave a like, leave a subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Share this about, and let me know what you want to see from Bloodborne. If you want to see me do some PvP, or if you want to see specific dungeons, or if you've created a dungeon and you want me to give it a run, please do let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy enough to oblige. But anyway, thank you for watching, and good night.